Good morning, writers. Happy day after Christmas, Friday, December 26th, when I'm making this. And I hope each of you had a wonderful holiday. Now, I want to give you some updates about the magazine and what to expect January 1 and what I'm asking from you, and then what to expect moving forward. But first, I want to express my appreciation to each and every one of you for your contributions. They were all more than I could have expected. I wanted authentic, I wanted passionate, I wanted meaningful, I wanted educational, I wanted inspirational, and I got that from each and every one of you. And it's what I wanted to bring to the magazine, and all of you have made that happen. I mean, together we are going to make this a great publication. And I've written for a lot of magazines, and I worked for a magazine for quite a number of years. I never built one from the ground up, and I have to say, wow, what an experience. It's been fantastic. I couldn't be happier, and right this moment, I feel a little bit like a kid in a candy store because it's so exciting seeing it come together. I got to read the final draft this morning, and then it's being processed to be put up to the Mag Cloud. Now, what's the Mag Cloud? The Mag Cloud is where readers or you can do print on demand versions of the magazine. So I don't know, I don't yet know what they will cost. They're usually anywhere around $15 a piece to print on demand. That's just the price it is. I have no control over that. So that's what it's going to be. We do have our 501c3 status in place so that we can accept donations. And moving forward, all of the advertising rates for the magazine will be structured as donations, flat fee for donations. Not that people can't make larger donations, but it's not going to be necessarily just about making money. Matter of fact, that's secondary. I think the money always comes when the energy is correct. And so I don't focus heavily on that. But we have all of the pieces in place to run a nonprofit business. Okay, so moving forward, on January 1, each of you will get two files. One will be a file that has your article specifically, and a file that has the cover and the magazine itself, a link to the magazine. And what I would ask is that each of you post the cover and your article to your social media and hashtag Soulful Success Magazine, 3 words, Soulful Success Magazine, and put that out to your people. And then we can continue to drive traffic to the site and to all the causes we support, which are animal welfare, foster kids aging out, and food insecurity. So that's where that stands. Now, our Soulful Success Magazine website, it should be live today or Monday. Monday, today meaning December 26th. And that's the place where you will be able to order your print-on-demand magazines, or any reader will be able to do so. And I think it's important to recognize that this is the first issue, brand new website. Everything is going to need tweaks. It's going to need upgrades. It's going to need adjustments. Some of you didn't give me a thorough bio, and that's because we were up against time crunches and I wanted to get people into the magazine. And because I work with a designer, it has to go to him, and then he has to send it back to me. And so there's always an extra few days inside of there. Also, we have our wonderful editor, Effie, and I didn't get to use her as much as I wanted to because we just didn't have enough time with everything that's going on. So moving forward, editing may be a little bit more robust now that we have the format together. The format's the hardest thing to do. So moving forward, please, if you can, get me your articles by the 10th of the month, because there are 2 phases we need to go through, and then we have to get it to the first of the month. This particular issue is 60 pages, our first issue. That's a pretty good size magazine for just out of the gate. And I expect it could be a little bit more next month because there are a handful of writers who couldn't make the deadlines, three that are coming to mind right now. And so when that comes in, then we're going to be closer to 70 pages, maybe a little bit more. And I will cut it off from there. Now, there will be a submit an article feature on the website for people who want to join the magazine, but it will be, I'm not going to go further into that. We're going to work with the group we have right now and go from there. We have magazine covers already promised out for the next 4 months after January, so up until May. And then June on, I'll be looking for cover people. And again, I'm looking for people who resonate with the energy, people who have a message that I feel aligned with energetically. And it's going to be a continuation of what the mission is. Let's see, is there anything else I need to tell you? Um, Oh, yes. If you have any changes to your bio or your photo, because some of you were not able to get me high resolution pictures, and you'll notice on the print on demand features, if you do that, those pictures come out a little bit grainy. And so we are going to continue to strive to keep the image ratio very high. Everything has to be high resolution if you want it to look great on paper. It'll look great on the PDF, but if you don't have the high res graphic images on the print on demand, it may not look as good. So, but if you have changes, get them to me as soon as possible in January, whether it's to your bio or your photo. And let's see, anything else with your articles. In the first few months, I'm not going to be able to send your article to you before the first so you can review it and make changes then. There's just too many steps given there's all these new things happening. But I would think by March, maybe April, I will begin to send articles back to the writers before it goes to print. So if there's anything in there you don't like or you want changed, we can change it. But right now the process is you send me the article, I'm sending it to Effie. Effie sends it to me. I send it to Bakutan, the designer. He puts it in, he brings it back to me. If there's something I don't like, I send it back to him. So there's 3 or 4 steps that the article has to go through before it actually gets into the template that becomes the magazine. And maybe this is more information than you actually want, but I thought it might be helpful. I'm an information person. I do better with more than less. But that's the process. Anyhow, we're set to go live on January 1, and I will send you your article and the cover. And I would ask you to put the hashtag Soulful Success Magazine on your social media and a link to the website and the issue, and just begin to build our platform out so people know we exist. And I haven't been able to do a lot of marketing of recent because I've been up to my elbows in the creation of the magazine. But by March, sometime in February, even January, I will begin to start marketing a lot. I will do what I do to bring attention to our wonderful publication. I'm so proud of it, and I'm so proud of each of you. All right, if you have any questions, please reach out. And if you would, please use my email, Phyllis@soulfulsuccessmagazine.com. Phyllis@soulfulsuccessmagazine.com. All right, guys, Happy New Year. Reach out with any questions. We did it. We did it. We got a magazine together and it's coming out January 1. I'm so pleased and I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Thank you so much.